Okay, I am going to start a new series video on my YouTube channel here, and I'm gonna call it Fat Bidin Knows Everything So Much. Fat Bidin Knows Everything. What we'll be doing is, now, I'm a columnist. I write columns for Malaysia Kini, for The Edge, talking about like social issues, current affairs, politics, whatever lah. And since I'm already writing them, I also want to have like, I wouldn't say it's a video form of all these articles, but maybe sometimes I'll touch on the topics that I talk about in my articles, sometimes not. But basically whatever is in the news, whatever is in the media, whatever is being spoken about in the public sphere, or whatever that's bothering me, I'm going to use this platform, this video series, Fat Bidin Knows So Much, to talk about it, right? So, this is going to be the first episode. I hope to keep the consistency, maintain it. You know, I have one episode every week. Sometimes I'll talk about one particular issue. Sometimes I'll talk about several issues. We'll see lah. But right now, one thing that has been bothering me is Zakir Naik. I resisted talking about Zakir Naik, even writing about him for quite a while, because I thought that, well, let's say, Zakir Naik, everybody talks about him in a way that, well, they don't like him lah. He stirs trouble, he creates controversy, everybody says that he's trying to divide the people in Malaysia. He uses religion. He's a Muslim from India, we all know that, right? Zakir Naik from India, got PR status here, he's wanted in India, cannot be extradited. And the way he talks is very exclusive when it comes to religion. Recently he spoke in Kelantan and he started asking guests like him, because everybody's saying he's a guest and he should go back home to India, right? Well, they're asking him to go back because he's trying to create a rift in Malaysia lah. He's saying that if you're gonna ask me to go back, ask all the other guests to go back as well. The Chinese Malaysians, the Indian Malaysians. I mean, what the hell, right? He's asking the Chinese Malaysians. Now, these are Chinese who are Malaysian citizens to go back to China. I'm part Chinese, and the Chinese side of my family is already like, right now, my generation would be considered 4th generation. I've got kids. My kids will be considered 5th generation already. Chinese Malaysians, okay, in Malaysia. 5 generations who were born in Malaysia and are citizens of Malaysia. And he's trying to compare these people to himself, who just holds a PR, a permanent resident status here in Malaysia. And he's trying to he compares himself to them. And that if people want him to go back to India, all these Chinese Malaysians are supposed to go back to China. That's bullshit, right? That's such bullshit. The way he talks is very exclusive. He thinks that, you know, one thing I hate is that he uses the religion. He uses the religion to manipulate people. You have to understand the context of Malaysia, right? We've always been ruled by an administration that has been trying to divide and conquer, always pitting the different races against each other. And when you talk about races, automatically Malaysia already refers to religion now, because the majority race, Malay, 60%, the Malays 60% in the country, and they're all supposed to be Muslim. So, you know, everybody knows the social contract in Malaysia lah, right? If you still don't understand, you can read a lot of my articles here on my website, fatbidin.com. Just search for racial tension, race, racism, racist, Malaysia. You'll find these articles that I've written about the social contract in Malaysia. Yeah, so it's already a volatile situation. Zakir Naik now is just trying to cause problems? No. Here's the problem. Why are our national leaders trying to protect him? Why do they not want to send him back? Why do they not want to revoke his PR status? He should not be touching on issues that are internal in Malaysia. If I'm not mistaken, correct me if I'm wrong, comment. If you hold PR status, you're not supposed to be involved in anything political in the country, right? But when he starts talking about all this, it's all political. I would want the national leaders or our leaders or our politicians to actually say something against him, against Zakir Naik, against the hate speech that he has been, expressing. And we've had some leaders who have been quite vocal, right? Of course, most of them are all non-Malays and non-Muslims. The youth minister, Syed Saddiq, before this, he was very much against Zakir Naik and even called for his deportation. Now has made a U-turn, hosted a dinner with him and says that, oh, Zakir Naik has apologized and we should now all forgive him and just let him be in this country. Now here's the thing, how did he apologize? Before he apologized, what he did was he dished out lawsuits, wanted to take threatened legal action on all these people who was talking against him. Several politicians were threatened with lawsuits by him, saying that it's defamation and misquoting him and all that. Some of these politicians, they stood their ground and they said, okay, bring it on, right? If you think you want to sue me, sue. Yeah, if they think he thinks that he can sue them, they said bring it on. Then several days after that, suddenly he just apologized. He said, yo, I'm sorry that what I said hurt people, blah, blah, blah. I think that kind of apology is not genuine. If he felt that he did something wrong and he did really want to apologize, he should have apologized in the beginning already, instead of threatening lawsuits, then after that only apologizing. Now, some people are calling, because of this issue, some people are calling for the enactment of like a law, a hate speech law, saying that there needs to be a law that protects people from hate speech. Basically, criminalizing hate speech, because we don't want hate speech to happen. Hate speech be considered words expressed by people that hates on other people, right? Like as if, like for example, hating a different race, hating a different religion, that's hate speech. Now, there are places where, there are countries where hate speech is a crime. There are laws against hate speech. But I don't think there should be a law against hate speech, because I am not one who, as much as I disagree with Zakir Naik, I'm not going to be the person who says, Zakir Naik, you can't speak anymore. Like, there are states in Malaysia who have already banned him from speaking, right? Now, I don't agree with that, because I think Zakir Naik should also be available, be given his freedom of speech, even if it's hate speech. With that being said, because he's being given the platform to speak, people who speak against him should also be allowed to speak against him, right? And that's where we have discourse and debate. You're not supposed to. Hi Lita, wake up already. Come. You want a pee-pee? Hey, where are you going? Cheche give you. See? Do you know what Cheche wrote here? Happy birthday, Alicia, for Mei Mei from Cheche. He made a card for you. Then inside here he says, happy birthday. Yeah, happy birthday. You're the best sister ever. So it's Alicia's birthday. Come here, Alicia. Can you see Alicia? Oh no, you can't see Alicia. Here's Alicia. Okay, it's Alicia's birthday today. She's 4 years old and her Cheche left her a card on the table before going to school. So it says, happy birthday, you're the best sister ever. And she drew Mufasa and Sarabi from Lion King. Yeah, later Cheche come back and you'll say you'll say thank you to her. Okay? Nah, go keep. So as I was saying, Zakir Naik, it's okay lah if you want to say all this, but we need to also be mature enough to actually. Yeah, don't play with the watch. Leave it. Okay. Let me talk to the camera, okay? Right. So, if society does not like what he says, oh, be careful. If society doesn't like what he says, we need to voice out, speak against him, right, and condemn him. If we don't condemn that kind of speech, it can easily be used to manipulate other people, as it's already happening now. And we need politicians, statesmen, leaders who will also be smart enough and wise enough to recognize this kind of hate speech and then say something against it, because we know national leaders have the influence, right, to influence the people. Now, with people like facade and all that, U-turning and all that, I think it's quite bad lah. But I totally disagree. So I hope that right now, no, you know what is another thing that is actually worse? Leaders who just stay silent on the issue. They're not taking one side or the other. Why? Scared. You're already in a leadership position. You need to take a stand, especially for what's right. So for these ministers, for these politicians, these MPs, society leaders who are not saying anything about it, you're worse. Right? No, we need to promote inclusivity. We need to make sure that all the races in Malaysia come together. We've already worked so hard, so long to change certain things in Malaysia, and if that change that we supposedly have done is not going to bring any change, it's a waste of our efforts and waste of our time. Right? I know a lot of people voted in the new government because they wanted change, because now apparently it's multiracial harmony. We kicked out the racist administration. Well, so let's show that lah. But it seems that, you know, politics in Malaysia is still very much race-based lah. Even these new politicians and all that, yeah, they say Malaysia Baru and all that, but they're still playing with the old rules. They're still trying to garner votes. And in Malaysia, because the majority is at one particular race that holds one particular belief in one particular religion, they try to target that crowd, and it becomes all very, very exclusive lah. And it's not right lah. Then all the other races, the minorities, all get sidelined, even though the minorities are quite large minorities, right? So no, yeah, I don't know how we can change. I wrote in one of my Malaysia Kini columns, articles, it's every Fridays, by the way, if you want to read it, it's Malaysia Kini every Fridays. I said that Malaysia probably is going to be racist forever, right? Racist forever because we can't seem to actually get away from this divide and conquer system that has plagued our country for so long already. Right? Some people say that you need time to change, but I would believe that if you're taking the right small steps towards that direction. But initially, last year when the new government won, I thought that was the right step. But then slowly you see them actually also still playing the same political game. It's quite bad lah, right? We used to have Barisan Nasional consisting of different component parties that were race-based. You've got one party that's Chinese, you know, the MCA. You've got one party that's Indian, it's MIC. You've got UMNO, which is Malay and all that. And then in Sabah, Sarawak, you have all these smaller component parties that represent all the different ethnic tribes, right? Now, with this new Malaysia, they say that there are no more race-based parties. But let me tell you, observe carefully. You've got these multiracial parties. Take DAP for example. Yeah, they claim to be multiracial, and they have many, I guess, members from different races. But predominantly, they are a very Chinese-based party, right? They still hold press conferences in Mandarin. A majority of the members are Chinese. It's still seen as a very Chinese-based party. Look at PKR, for example. Again, another supposedly multiracial party. But hey, they are a splinter from UMNO. They split from UMNO, and the majority of the members are Malays, right? And if you look at, say, Bersatu outright comes out to say that, hey, we are Bumiputra, you know, and mainly Malay. So, you know, you've got Amanah, right? Amanah is what? A faction broke off from PAS, so they are also mainly Malays. And at the end of the day, they are a coalition that consists of supposedly multiracial parties that are actually identified by race. You know, so it's not that different lah. You know, so it's quite, I don't know, quite frustrating lah. Okay, take it. Finish the keropok. I'll eat the crumbs. I want to be optimistic and say that Malaysia will improve, things will get better. But somehow I feel that it's going to be a long journey. I might not be able to see it in my lifetime. I don't think even my kids here, like Alita, is going to see it in her lifetime. Like, it's going to be like several generations. Several generations. I don't know. What do you guys think? If you've got any thoughts, any comments, comment below. Or you can communicate with me, with us here at Fat Bidin. You can follow us on all of our social media platforms. I mean, Fat Bidin has channels on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, of course here YouTube. If you can follow it all. The handle is always at Fat Bidin. Or if you want to get everything, you can just come to fatbidin.com and you can watch these videos. You can read my writings. You can even purchase books, right? The books that I've written, there are a lot, right? Right, I'll sign it for you if you buy it from my website, from Fat Bidin website, from the fatbidin.com website. Subscribe, thumbs up, thumbs down if you don't like it. Give a lot of comments, ask a lot of questions. I want to create a safe space so we can talk about things like this. I want to create a safe space. I don't know if it's going to be a safe space, but we'll see. Okay, so yeah, share this video if you like it. Share this video if you don't like it. That's it for the first episode. Let's see if I've got something for the next episode. And if episode 2 comes, then great, and I hope to maintain that consistency. Peace out. Yo, you know what you can do? You can help me out. Feed my kids. I've got 2 kids with another one on the way. I need cash, especially when the economy is so bad. So, you know, you can always go to the Fat Bidin store and buy my merchandise. I've got books for sale. Look, I've got this great book. It's Journal Dad. It's chronicles of a journalist who just happens to be a father. It's stories about me being a journalist and a father. I've got this one, Zan Azli and Wan Chun Hong's Guide to Indie Filmmaking. This is a book I wrote with my buddy Chun. He's a DOP, I'm a director. We wrote a book about how you can make independent films. I've got a graphic novel. Look, graphic novel, non-fiction. It's all about my time in Afghanistan. It's called Adventures of a Khailite in Afghanistan. I've got a non-fiction novel, Operation Nasi Kerabu. This is about my time shooting a documentary in southern Thailand about the war there, And look at this, Liberal Malay and Malaysian. Ooh. Now this is a compilation of articles that I wrote for the Malaysian Insider many years ago. Yeah, it's really good, right? So go to the Fat Bidin store, purchase them. They're cheap. If you buy it on that store, I'll make sure I'll sign it, make it out to you, and write a personal message. So help me feed my kids.